Thanks, Lawton. Morning, everybody. Welcome to the first BusinessWise seminar. So this will be fun. This will be interactive. As a consultant, I'm used to asking questions, so we'll be doing a lot of that today. And the first question, what is the worst title to hold in business? So what's the worst title to hold? Boss. What else? How many of you are owners? How many of you are business owners? Okay. How many of you are managers? The worst title to hold in business, I think, is owner-manager. It is two distinct roles, and it's really hard to change your own hat when it's the only hat you wear. Today's Globe and Mail. Did you make the right career choice? Right? So I don't know how many of us intentionally got into this owner-manager role. Usually we're entrepreneurs, we're good at something operationally, and we're doing it for somebody else. Had enough of that, then we're doing it for ourselves, then we get more customers, then we grow, and we sort of grow organically from the middle. And what we want to do today is help you and share some ideas on how to balance and best structure this owner-manager role and position your business for profitable growth. Where would you be on this? How much fun are you having in your business? Lots? All right? Ooh. And how profitable is your business? And the more fun you're having, usually, the more profitable it is. And that's because you've got that passion and really being able to make contributions. You're not doing it for the money, right? Ironically, money's important. It's fuel for your life, but you're not doing it just for the money. And if you are, then, and there's some very successful entrepreneurs that are, interestingly, they've probably got a better perspective on that owner-manager. Separate the owner function and go and manage to run the business. So how do you move from the kitchen table to the boardroom table? How many are still at the kitchen table level? How many are at the boardroom? How many have a boardroom? Zlatan's got this great big boardroom table, so that's pretty cool. Interesting. And what we want to do to talk about getting from the kitchen table to the boardroom table, is we're going to refer to this a couple times today, is you want to structure it right from the start. There's a certain amount of systems, and then you don't want to be doing all the work yourself. So how do we move that to talent? So I'm just going to refer to my notes here, because the Chief Justice, when he was doing Obama's inauguration, went from memory and didn't do so well. Any questions so far? I'm a member of Canadian Association of Family Enterprises, really excellent organization here in Regina. Teresa's on the board. I have other members here. And when I was in Toronto at their symposium a couple of years ago, there was an 82-year-old, this story told by the daughter of the 82-year-old founding father who was still in the saddle and wouldn't let go, and his kids in their 50s and 60s were looking at retirement, and he still wasn't ready to transition to them. So the first generation creates, the second inherits, I guess, rather quickly, and then the third destroys, as the saying goes. So that's what we want to also help position your business for. So in terms of systems, for example, there's some world-class companies and world-class talent in this room. And in industrial scale, if I may, have systems that they are accredited by Measurement Canada. They're accredited by ISO. So these are internationally recognized systems and processes that help them automate their business. It simplifies training, and it makes the quality much more easy to measure, and it really has a powerful marketing impact. And in terms of businesses, what we really want to do, we're not necessarily in the technical business or the printing business or the website business. We're in the marketing business, which is about awareness and accessibility, so that people can hear about us and then actually do business with us. And we can't make it too easy or too much fun to do business with you. So when I hire Ken and Ralph from Global Elite to do the pot lights in my house, specifically in my kitchen, very specifically in my wife's kitchen, who's a perfectionist, and they're laser straight, that's a really good thing. So they've got their systems down pat in terms of the technical work and also the customer relationships for making that happen. In terms of structure, the two biggest mistakes I've made in life are not aiming high enough and not asking for help soon enough. And what we want to think of, regardless of where you are in the business, is what does this business look like in 5 or 10 years, and what does it look like if I'm not here, right? Because we're familiar with, I'll go here. The old buzz, management by walking around, that's entrepreneurs. Management by running around, because we're faster at everything we do. And the best, management by not being there. If you have to be there all the time, then you have more of a job than a business. And the more you can free yourself and extricate yourself from that, the better. So if you're a General Motors manager and you own shares, going back to the owner-manager conflict, you have to be there and things are kind of tanking. But if you own the shares and you're not there, then you're not managing by walking around either. You're just owning this thing. And on the family business side, I'm just going to jump around a little bit. On the family business side, Ford isn't going bankrupt. They have majority family ownership and representation on the board and in management. So they have the core family values, which is part of that structure that makes them more solid than a GM or Chrysler. Ironically, GM and Chrysler, by going through, are going to end up changing their cost structures and union things more advantageously than Ford.